Good morning, America. Oh, God, that was weird. Good morning, travelers. It is the morning of day 5. I am warm. The sun is up. I slept for almost the entire night. I woke up very briefly at about 4 a.m. And stuck my head out of the tent. And the stars just about killed me. I was thinking about trying to take some pictures of them, but just as soon as I started to think about trying to take some pictures of them, I woke up again at 7 a.m. Actually, I don't know what time it is. I think it's like 6. Oh my God, it's 8? Bro, I'm on nobody's schedule but my own, so if my body was saying it needed 11 hours of sleep, it's probably because it did. You know that feeling of like when you're out in the sun for a really long time and you come back and you're really tired? Apparently, that is your body's way of trying to tell you to sleep because it rebuilds those damaged skin cells faster when you're sleeping, which explains why I was so tired and why I just slept for 12 hours, because I'm pretty sure that if I didn't, my arms would have fallen off. But I am in high spirits this morning. I don't know. I woke up and, I don't know, I was feeling a little nostalgic, for college for some reason. I don't really know why. The last year of college, or year and a half of college, I kind of hated while I was there, but now I'm at the point where I can view with rose-colored glasses, and I'm like, oh, that was really fun. And so I was thinking about my friends and stuff, and I'm definitely, that brought me up a little bit this morning. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to film here today and camp here another night, because I could really cover some ground tomorrow if I don't camp, or if I want to go film, pack up, and then go. I think a lot of it depends on how close I am to a place to get more food, because I don't really have enough food for 2 days here, so I may have to keep moving. High spirits this morning. Let's go. Oh man, this bench is cold. That's better. Well, I think that I'm gonna take a minute here to, we should go over the map and fill out the last couple days, because we haven't. There she is. All right, so night 2 we were here, or day 3 we went through Albuquerque, down this, I think we followed 23, and then we stopped for lunch in Los Lunas, and then we tried to go along the road here, but we had to backtrack because we came to the roadblock, and we didn't end up going down to the Acoma Pueblo, to around here, and camped somewhere there. So then yesterday we went back, we filmed along the way, we went through Grants, and then we followed 53 south and camped at El Morro. Cool. Okay, well, we're covering some ground. It's only a whole country left. What could possibly go wrong? So it doesn't really look like there's a lot in the ways of towns around here. I could keep going down and go to Rama, which will probably have some sort of facilities in it. The more I think about it, the more I think that I do want to just stay here one more night, because I have to push all the way down to here tomorrow, which I guess I could probably do today. If I actually get filming, maybe I could do it. Decisions. I just don't have much food is the only thing. It might be a pickle and beef jerky kind of breakfast. Okay, well, I'm gonna at least just get rolling here so that I can get on the road at some point, and we'll see where the day takes us. Breakfast pickle, bro, it's gonna be fucking awesome. A brag of breakfast beef jerky. This is actually gonna be kind of a hype breakfast. I wish I had my water though. I could change that very easily by going to go get my water instead of whining about it. Pickle in a bag. Well, we've had a positive development. Met a nice gentleman in the campsite next to me, a fellow by the name of Kelly, husband of the woman who advised me to take this campsite yesterday. And he works at the Park Service. He's been here a while, and he was kind of just giving me a little bit of a lay of the land. And I think I'm going to stay here for one more night. Apparently, right up the street in the town of El Morro, there is a food store where I can get stuff. I passed a really cool looking cafe that was closed last night, but I wasn't sure if it was like closed because of the hours or if it was fully defunct. But it seems to be open. And so I'm probably going to film this morning and then go into town. I can restock on some food. I can spend some time in the cafe, have a fucking coffee, use the Wi-Fi, be still for a minute in a civilized place. And then I'll come back here tonight, stay one more night, and then press on in the morning. And I think that I have a bad habit of pushing myself when I don't have to, and then I don't notice until I literally collapse. And I think that after the heat yesterday, and honestly after just the start to this trip, it's probably nice for me to just take a minute to be in one place. You know, the site I'm filming is right over there. So apparently there's a nice 2-mile hike loop. So I'll try and do that, get some nice shots on it. But for now, I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'll mosey on over there. I guess I'm really in no rush this morning. So, signing off. So I just checked into the visitor center, and I am now on the trail to start filming at the Morro National Monument. But it seems really beautiful here. There's 2 trails. There's a 1/2-mile trail and a 2-mile trail. I think I'm gonna do some combination of both. But I even got my own little trail map here, my little cheat sheet. You know, it's got all the little things that my research doesn't have. Wow, this is amazing. Look at that. Well, I think I'm gonna focus in on filming this video for now, and I'll resume sort of the documentation, travel documentation after. But I am looking forward to being done with this one, because it means that I can go to the coffee shop and get a drink and sit in somewhere with air conditioning and be civilized for a little bit. But I'm glad I'm not having to rush out of here today. I think it's a good idea for me to stay in this place one more night. It's just too good of an opportunity to miss out on. Without further ado, the Morro National Monument. Cool spillway. We have finished up at the Morro National Monument. Filming was really good. I feel like I got a lot of good footage. Some of my B-roll is a little bit hard. I have a gimbal that I brought with me, but it's been really fucking hard to calibrate. And the thing weighs like 80 pounds, so it's been kind of a force to try and work with. So I'm trying to get B-roll handheld, which is easier said than done. If you notice any B-roll shots that are a little shaky, that would be why. But I stopped in the little visitor center on the way back down, did the best part of going to any national park, and got a book about it. But while I was walking through there, I was reading something about the Pueblo Revolt, how the Pueblo people were able to fully drive the Mexican-Spanish presence out of this area for 12 years, like completely wiped out, and I had never heard of it. So I was like, that seems like kind of an important piece of American history that we just don't learn, and sure enough, I found a book on it while I was there. So I grabbed it, maybe I'll give it a read, and maybe this will be, you know, another video that I can make when I'm back home from this tour. And I also got a postcard to send to the lady. You know, if you ever go on vacation, send your partner a postcard. It'll go a long way. While I was in the visitor center there, I was talking to the woman at the front desk as I was buying these, and apparently that cafe in the town of El Morro is open, and so I'm definitely going to be going there. And allegedly, across the street is a truck that is selling tacos. And I'm hungry as fuck because all I ate for breakfast was some beef jerky and half a pickle in a bag. I did not eat the bag. The bag was unscathed. It was a very good decision for me to camp here tonight. I think this is a really good idea. I have a bad habit of just pushing myself to the fucking breaking point. And so by doing this, I'm like, all I have to do today is go eat a taco, hang out in a cafe, come back and go to bed. And I'm good with that. Those are all quests I can fulfill. And I have an optional side quest, which, if completed, will give the team a morale boost. And that is find firewood. Because the best part of camping is a campfire, and so far I've only been able to cook on a sterno. So if I can get some firewood, this is gonna be the best night of camping so far, hands down. So, all right, I'll see you in the town. It has gotten very cold here. The wind definitely isn't helping, but I mean, the air temperature has to be probably in the 60s, which like isn't cold on its own. It's a pretty good temperature, but considering the wind chill, it's really goddamn cold. So I've had to bundle up a little bit just to try and stave off the freezingness. And once that sun goes down, it's gonna be frigid. But I spent the last hour or so reading this book about the Pueblo Revolt, and it's been fascinating. I have been interested in indigenous history in the US, and I have never heard of this. It was the only time in North American history that the indigenous people fully managed to drive out a colonial presence. For 12 years, the people of the American Southwest defeated and drove out the Spanish conquistadors. And I just never heard of it. You know, probably something they should teach you. But taking a little pause from reading now, and I think I'm gonna start up on some dinner. I got my firewood here. I also just saw someone leave over at one of the sites on the other side, and they had a fire last night. So I might go see if they left any of their wood behind, because sometimes people do that. I realized that, you know, this trip is pretty much just me living as a fucking scavenger for months. No, is someone pulling into that site now? God damn it, I missed my window. I'll find firewood somewhere else. But that's fine, I have enough. I think I'm gonna do the hot dogs over the fire, because that wood is, despite being lumber, it's not pressure treated, so it's not gonna give me like a fucking triple dose of ass cancer. Yeah, so I think it's dinner time. My execution on that one was terrible, but it was still a success because I'm fucking awesome. Now watch it go out. I absolutely just jinxed it. That is the first time I've started a fire with a flint and steel in like 5 years. And I would say it was a success, considering it is now on fire, and that was the goal. Thanks for coming. Okay. Should be a nice little start to the fire before we add the big ones. I think I'm actually gonna do the hot dogs over this wood instead of that wood. I just have a weird feeling about construction lumber. I'll toss that on later, but right now this will be hot enough to get it going. Oh boy, this is where we fuck it up. I scrubbed the ever-loving shit out of this grill. It's probably still got a little rust on it, but you know, what are you gonna do? Life is short, eat some rust. Oh yeah, those hot dogs are gonna be killer. Just like the saying goes, if there's a ketchup packet in the first act, then it will be used in the second. This is why you steal ketchup packets, people. It always pays off. Good shit. Well, folks, wrapped up my meal. Of course, spent more time just talking to more people. I went down to go get ketchup from my bike before filming the last clip, and there was a guy who was like, hey, that's a pretty sick bike. And I was like, thank you. And he was from Massachusetts. And so we talked for a while, which was really fun. You know, he knew a lot about bikes, so we were able to talk about bikes for a bit. He was talking about the trip he was doing. He's been on the road for 50 days doing RVing. And then, just as I was about to like start to get ready to go to bed, I saw these two people walk by, this couple, older couple, and they saw the bike and they were also like, hey, that's really cool. And I think I have been talking to them for probably the last hour. It's like fully dark now. Like we just came up to the campsite and just stood around the fire until it went out talking. And like, it's just, you meet so many fucking cool people. Like these people knew a bunch about like geology and earth history, and they were like just as excited about all the fucking nerd shit that I am. And so it was really fun. And actually they were like, I remember you were at the La Ventana Arch. I remember your camera. And I was like, yeah, that was me. So just another really good night. I'm definitely going to miss this campsite. This one was really special. I definitely felt very at home here. The people around are really awesome. The little town of El Morro is great. I'd love to spend another day here, but I think that the road is calling to me, and tomorrow I'll be back at it. It's time for me to give up this site for someone else to enjoy. But what a great day. These last 2 days have just been awesome. So when I stopped in town, they gave me some advice on not trying to take the back road to get from here south, which is what I was originally planning on doing, but they were like, I don't know if that goes all the way through, it might be washed out. And I'm glad they told me that, because they could have just saved me from having another really shit day tomorrow. But for now, I think it's bedtime. It's, you know, almost 10 o'clock, I think. We're going to be up and at it, doing the same thing again tomorrow. But tomorrow we're pressing south. We're heading towards the Gila National Forest, and hopefully we'll be there with little incident. I suppose that'll be all. So, day 5, success. Signing off. Good night, travelers.